The mighty Fighting Hawks. The family club. The famous brown and gold spirit that lives in us all. We love our club, and as I'm sure you've heard, we play to win.
As we hit 100 years in the VFL and AFL, it's hard to ignore the enormous highs and every heartbreaking low. But as you know, we ride every bump with a grin.
The brown and gold have been our colours from the very beginning. But in the early days, it was the Mayblooms that we were known by. It was a name that stuck until 1943.
Desperately wanting Hawthorn to fight and swoop during the heat of battle, the nickname of the Hawks finally took flight.
When Dad walked through the doors at Glenferrie in 1950, no one in their wildest dreams could have scripted the impact he'd have on the brown and gold. A natural-born captain, before his rise to coach, John Kennedy Sr. was the man at the helm during Hawthorn's first era of success.
Hawthorn won the 1976 grand final. Full credit to them. Let's do something! Do! Don't think, don't hope, do!
A trio of premierships within 2 decades during which several would-be greats got their starts. Among them, Arthur, Hudson and Scott.
And then there was my beloved Peter, premiership player and courageous captain. His life tragically cut short just days after our 76th triumph, but a legacy that lives on forever. The spirit of Crimo carried on in all that walk in the brown and gold. Our champion player crowned with the Peter Crimmins medal in his honour.
Speaking of champion players, no Hawk has done it more than this guy. 8 times to be precise. Lethal by name and lethal by nature. Nothing stood in the way of the great Lee Matthews, not even the woodwork.
The post is broken, Matthews hit it and broke the point post. Talk about a he-man.
As a leading pupil in Kennedy's class graduated to guide the Hawks to another flag.
It was the revival of Yabby Allen Jeans that began our next golden chapter. A revered leader and the ultimate orator, Yabby was unlike any other. His troops were as tough as they come. High-flying hangers and bone-crunching bumps were a trademark in the march towards 7 consecutive grand finals.
Allen Jeans has now coached Hawthorn in 83 to a record win by 83 points.
There are Brownlow medalists in back-to-back seasons, and the unassuming bearded bloke who just go about his business on his way to breaking the all-time games record. And the kid from Queensland kicking goal after goal after goal. Jason Dunstall terrorised opposition defences for more than a decade.
Thank you very much.
6 times the Centurion in an extraordinary total tally of 1,254 goals.
So there's the siren. Hawthorn have won it by 6 points. A heart stopper.
Was it the greatest grand final ever? We might be biased, but it was, wasn't it? And who can forget hoisting the cup at our eventual home at Waverley?
In triumph and through hardship, it's always been the passion for the brown and gold that binds us all. The unbreakable strength of the Hawthorn family, embodied by one generation, but passed down to the next. Amid a period of transition, it was a blonde country boy by the name of Shane Crawford that came of age and captivated us all. His influence paramount as a pair of youngsters made their starts, while a would-be legendary coach was plucked from obscurity to get his big break. His appointment coinciding with one of the most famous draft hauls, setting the Hawks up for the next decade and beyond.
On 99 goals, Lance Franklin joins the 100 club, and people power has spoken.
Within a few seasons, there was a remarkable return to finals, followed by the unlikeliest of grand final victories in a fairy tale to send off a champion.
That's what I'm talking about!
Near misses haunted the brown and gold in years to come, amid the crowning of our next Brownlow medalist. But it was a defining path, leading to one of the greatest dynasties the game has ever seen.
They've done it. The best team all year.
Back to back to back. A three-peat for the ages, staking our claim as the most successful club in the modern era.
And if our new age Hawks are anything to go by, we're not done yet. on the hunt to lift the cup.
And even rewrite the history books.
From Tasmania to the MCG.
Hawks family, we couldn't do it without you.
The past 100 years have been something special.
But as for what's next, the show goes on.
Towards centre half forward, plenty of Hawks. Morrissey taps out brilliantly. Di Domenico from 25 metres. Great kick.
What a great mark.
If he kicks his goal, Hawthorn are in the 1987 grand final.
It's a goal! Burgoyne to put them in front. He doesn't miss. He's kicked free.
Game 400. The great Sean Burgoyne.
There he is. Goes to the left. No. Mitchell's got it. Stratton run down, but okay. Franklin with a hurt.